good to be back in Pennsylvania. I just came from Allentown Metal Works, where I had a chance to visit with workers there.
The Allentown Metal Works is set to close its doors on Friday.
You can see in the machine shop area here, this is also machine shop assembly. You have the stairway going up. At the top is where President Obama was standing. I was on the bottom at the 28-foot vertical boring mill.
I'm doing good. Yeah, I just came from Allentown Metal Works, where I had a chance to visit with workers there. Merry Christmas.
And he just wished me a Merry Christmas, and we did have a ray of hope of things to come, but here we are at Ghost Town, you know.
Pennsylvania has had heavy steel industry for years, but the recession hit the area hard. Most steel mills went bankrupt and the employees were laid off. That's also what happened at Allentown Metal Works.
Standing on the site of the Allentown Metal Works, this was the place that President Obama visited about 1.5 years ago. It survived the Great Depression. It couldn't survive Obama economy.
We're standing in the same spot as Mitt Romney stood making his speech. Was he right?
No, he was absolutely wrong. This particular plant had closed, nothing to do with President Obama's policies or even the economic condition of the country. This was actually part of a venture capitalist firm that bought up this company. They were looking to consolidate. They actually closed this plant and a number of other plants and eventually were in the process of selling off the company.
But like so many others across America, these workers have also been doing the best they can to stay afloat in a brutal recession that has hit folks like them hardest of all.
I will, all right? Okay, bye. If I would have had the opportunity to talk to the president, I could have suggested some other facility that would have been more appropriate for him to visit. Allentown Metals, I mean, that was a gutsy call on the president to go to that facility. Maybe he didn't have the background behind it either as well as far as, you know, it already being a troubled company. So, anyways, I would have liked to see the president visit a different facility.
The unemployment rate in Pennsylvania is lower than the national average, and slowly new companies are emerging. But Allentown Metal Works was sold 4 times in the last 6 years to venture capitalists who divided up the company and downsized it every time.
What's kind of interesting is it's the same thing that Mitt Romney did in his past life as a venture capitalist, consolidating companies and shutting them down and making them profitable. So for him to stand here and talk about the fact that this was a policy of the Obama administration is just outright wrong, and he should probably look at the facts of the situation.
Last 6 years I've seen machinery go. We used to have a big gear cutter here that was sold to China, and then from there on machines were being sold probably to meet the bills, you know, pay the bills. So yeah, it was the last 3 years were especially depressing. They would say, well, we're gonna put this back up, a newer machine. But you know, you knew in your heart it wasn't going to happen.
They did not manage the facility properly. That's really the real reason why that facility shut down for good.
Right. And it had a troubled past already, right?
Yes. When Allentown Metals they took over, you're right. They were in trouble, and they just could never come out of it. They you know, they weren't paying their creditors, and they just got deeper and deeper into the hole. You know, whatever stimulus money they did take, they didn't apportion it appropriately into the business, which in fact, I believe they could have saved the facility.
I can assure voters that if I were President of the United States, I would spend every waking moment doing what I could to get Americans back to work. I would focus my energy and passion on the economy and on getting Americans good jobs.
So what was Mitt Romney looking at while making the speech?
He was looking at a brand new industrial building across the street. That's what he was looking at, which is totally ironic for him to sit here and talk about the collapse of industry on this particular site, when if he would have turned around or maybe opened his eyes, he would have seen this.
Thanks.